Greetings and salutations, universe. This is Creeta, and this is Omnifactory. Ooh, look at this room. It's looking beautiful. Now I've been turning things off at the old location of the pagoda, just kind of making sure that we can still produce things here. It's a process. We did a lot there, and we just installed some steam production right here to go along with something else that we've done. If you take a look at all these fluids, in between episodes I've taken care of them, specifically because the quest book really wanted us, earlier apparently, to do the pyrolyse stuff. So we make charcoal byproducts, that turns into wood tar, wood gas, wood vinegar, and from there all sorts of things from phenol, benzene, toluene, ethanol, methyl, carbon, the stuff. It turns into stuff, okay? And for that, we're gonna go grab some buckets, and we're gonna grab our rubber hammer, because I've turned them off for a moment. Down here, we've moved the wood vinegar production. This is now producing charcoal byproducts. Yes, yes. It's spitting charcoal into here, and the charcoal byproducts are being put into this distillation tower down here. You can see that's nice and full. Charcoal byproducts, love it, beautiful. And the cool thing is that I have turned this machine controller into an on and off switch. I believe that as long as one of these lights are on, by telling me that we have below a certain amount of, I believe this is wood gas, yes, a lot of it, I think 100,000 buckets or something like that. Oh, I heard another bat. I'm trying to make it so that bats have trouble spawning here, but I'm not doing a very good job. And we have I know, I just tangented so much. Squirrel! There's bats just spawning like all over the place. We're using a animal scanner thingamabobber. I need to light up the caves. I need to light up my sewer holes. I think we have some spaces in here and all over the place that need stopping. Anyway, there's an AND gate. If any of these fluids are low, it will turn this distillation on. It will let it continue running. But if we, for some reason, get completely stock full of everything, it will turn off. Auto off switch. And we also have a low priority with these on not the round robin extract, so that if anything gets full for these ME interfaces, there's one for each of these. It just does a wonderful job. And here you can see a similar thing for each of the fluids that goes into here. So this short one I think is wood tar. This has 4 outputs, so it's 5 tall, which is the bottom plus 4, wood gas I think, and wood vinegar. Oh, this system is just absolutely phenomenal. I could not be happier. Let's just reach down to make sure that we can pull out just a itty bitty bitty. Can we pull out just a bucket of the wood tar? We can't. That is terribly unfortunate. I guess we'll have to do it up here. Wood. There we go. 1 bucket for all the things. Wood tar, wood gas, and wood vinegar. And that should, if I understand it correctly, complete that quest. Oh, it wants the charcoal byproducts? Very well. We will accommodate that. Now, have I rambled a bit too much? Probably, but that's okay. There we go. Pyrolyse products. Nice. And we're going to just toss these onto the thing that is processing it. So you are processing that. You are processing that. I'm quite certain that vinegar goes here and wood gas goes there. Excellent. And I did have a soft hammer so that we would build up fluid a little bit, but we will turn those back on and now allow the auto on and off switches, which are unlikely to turn off at any point soon. They're just going to operate for us. Nice! And because we completed that, it once again completed the early game quest page for us. We just had to go back because we had new quests, right? Speaking of new quests, I'm still trying to figure out this packager. No one's left a comment. We need some help here. That, or we'll figure it out, quote unquote, together here. I do have a few things already crafted for the packaging stuff. We basically need to figure out how it all functions, and I believe that for the package stuff, we're going to need Crystalline. Now, Crystalline, we have not yet really made it ourselves, and we need some nether star stuff, all sorts of good stuff to make it. So I'm going to get these things together, and we're going to make a little bit of Crystalline because we can't do it automatically yet. And I think we have everything we need to do a little bit of Crystalline production. Nice. Now, can I shift click? I can. 48 of these. I think that is an excellent start for our Crystalline. What did we need them for again? Ah, blocks. Beautiful. Love it. Simple. Done. A few blocks. We'll just do whatever we can. 5. Ugh, not very many, but we will make it work. We need the recipe holders, and then these guys get to turn into a recipe encoder. And from my understanding, that should be, the quest is basically done. So we should have everything we need to understand how to do this crazy crafting thing. Now it does want us to do this automating extended crafting, which is something else entirely. However, I think that we need some crazy things, specifically the ultimate stuff, and this requires... I don't think... What does it require? Well, for that one, for the ultimate extended one, we'll need conflux, and that is a whole nother thing entirely. Right here, crystalline. We need crystalline, we just made that, but we also need osmiridium. I don't think we have access to osmium yet, so we can't do this. So, I guess what that means is we want to slap these down. I'm guessing an encoder. Oh. Oh. That's nice. Can I figure out how to craft, like, crystalline? Is that a thing? Possibly. So we just tried crafting that. Let's see if we can insert that. Oh, we can. Okay. Change recipe type. Ordered. Advanced. Aha! We're making progress. Save. Okay. Now, I think that unfortunately each one of these now has these. So we might not want to have them all like that. We might want to take them off. However, now how does this function? So we have the recipe. That's all set. Can I put the recipe into a interface? Is that what this is suggesting to me? Where was that? That was battery energy thingy-bobber. Okay. When the packager and unpackager are connected to the ME interface network and have the same recipe, the resulting item will appear as craftable in your terminal. So we have a packager, yada yada yada, compresses ingredients for a specific recipe into a set of recipe packages. That's complicated. Might not consist of one package, but a complex recipe can have up to 9 packages in its set. Ay. I'm gonna have to tinker around with this and see if we can just slap this in an interface, to be perfectly honest. Okay. So I read it, and it says in most cases, majority of cases, you'll need 2 identically encoded holders. You need a packager and the unpackager. The unpackager goes next to the thing you want to do the thing in. Yeah? And then the packager, for some reason, holds the ingot. I don't quite understand how that functions. Both of these now have the recipe doohickey in it. Ooh, it does show up. So if I request this, does it work? Does it end up anywhere? Where does it go? Unpackager. Blocking mode disabled. Why does that have a little green square on it? That looks proper. Packager. Everything looks good. It's just crafting. Alright. Not intuitive. That or I'm not understanding it. So unpackager takes the items. It has a little green square there. No idea why. And we have the crafting table here. There is a chance that we can't push items into the crafting table, and that this block right here, this little fella, needs to be done in... Man, how's this work? I don't get it. Yeah, sure. Looks great. Well, I think it's important to include some failures every now and then. Effectively, I think that the table here can't get items to push into it, specifically because conduits aren't connecting to it or anything. I tried 2 different packagers, and this unpackager means that I think it has a package in it that it's ready to try and push into a nearby inventory. So if I break it, we should see a recipe package, and if I right-click with it, we shift-right-click, something. We get all of the things that we needed to craft that thing. So my conclusion is that we need one of the packager thingamabobbers, so like this crafting core. The issue with the crafting core, as far as I can tell, where did it go? Elite component. I know that we can't craft something. There we go. It's the crystalline component. Once again, osmiridium. My guess is that we just can't quite do any automation with extended crafting yet, but I might have just learned a whole bunch of things that should help us in the future. If you guys know anything, let me know in the comments. Am I on the right track? Am I missing something extremely obvious? Help me out here. Alright, now I'm going to clean up this mess, and we'll pretend to understand the packager and try and learn it again later. Alright, that was enough messing around with something that was inevitably a fail. We should move right along. Now, in the recent episodes, no, that's not what we're doing. We're going to just slaughter this section right here. Thermal device casing. I might have actually already made a few of these little fellas. So there we go. Thermal device casings and machine frame is going to be 2 quests. Diddle-doo! Yeah! Yes! And I think we'll maybe have a slightly longer episode to make up for the effectively 12 minutes of fail. So that is... Why do you keep going back to this quest? I don't want you on that one. I suppose we can make Aqueous accumulator. This machine can produce water as fast as you can extract it, the only downside being some annoying noises. Oh, they do not require any water blocks nearby. That is pretty nifty. Previously they did, but apparently in this mod pack they do not. However, that noise, I went through that a little bit in interactions, possibly in my testing for interactions, and it was not good, to say the least. I am probably not going to use this thing, or I'm going to put it somewhere in like a chunk loaded area and just pump it into like multiple of the tank thingamabobbers. What are they? Where'd they go? They're underneath us right now. They're like right here? There we go. I'll just pump them into ender tanks. I thought I had some in here. I guess not. Anyway, cabling, right? Oh boy, cabling. I'm gonna try and hopefully have a base in the future that has nicer cabling. Though this place is pretty nice, I'll admit that. Alright, we're getting distracted. I don't want to get distracted. I want to make an energetic infuser, phytogenic isolator, and apparently a compactor. So let's take a quick peek at thermal. One of them was a phytogenic isolator. What do we need for that? Aluminum gear, redstone reception, coil. And apparently you can't make aluminum gear in an extruder. You need that compactor. That's a little bit frustrating, game. Come on, don't do that to us. I also did make some bronze gears because I needed those, but I guess we're going to make the compactor first. Compactor? This one. Beautiful? Yes. Easy? No. Redstone reception coils. Still need to make some of those, but I think those are a little bit easier because we have those on call. Beautiful. Compactor. Nice. Now, I already know that we're going to need some of these little fellas, so to the cutting saw. We're going to grab some mana-infused dudes, and the fantastic... Oh, doodaloo! Yeah, that's right, we just did a thing, and I need to fix that. Cutting saw... I swear I have a cutting saw here. There we go. Cutting machine, toss in these. This guy is fantastic. Having this just be able to toss in whatever blocks we need and we get 9 stacks effectively of plates is so cool. I love it. Couldn't be happier at all. Now, this might be a little bit trickier. We need the plates and some rods. So I guess we'll just pull out some diamonds. We'll make plates the old-fashioned way, and then we need some rods as well. Not a big deal. I know I have a lathe in here. This is why having a workshop is super, super awesome and important. You can just toss in machines or toss in stuff, and you get stuff. Isn't that fun? That's fun. That's fun to me. Leave me alone. Okay, now, diamond rods, doink, gear, beautiful, love it, doink, augment, gear working, die. Now, is there anything else that can go into the compactor? I don't believe so. It's pretty much like that is the holy grail, so to speak, and it's a quest. This is needed for all sorts of gears. I'm not too certain what ones it can make. Apparently, let's see, that's 84 minus, so that's 83 gears. 83 gears, and a lot of them might only be craftable in the gear working compactor. Awesome. So we should be able to set this up in the room. What are you for? You are my painting machine dude. I think we could probably put it right here and just hide some wiring below. There we go. It has some power, and I slapped a whatever the conversion kit on it is so that it can have an upgrade, and it can also have augments. Allows for efficient creation of gears. Gears are used in blah blah blah. Make me some gears. Now that does say efficient, and it doesn't look like it's very efficient at all. Not too certain what's going on with that. More energy is produced. Do we have any augments that can make it go zoom zoom? Processing speed. Can I make you? Ooh, I can. Nice. You're gonna just get tossed immediately onto this guy, and now he'll probably operate slightly faster. We only really need 1 lumium gear, but that's all good because we were making, was it the Phyto? I feel like we made Phyto. We didn't make Phyto. Alright, there we go. That is the Phyto dude. Now, I am probably going to have to make some Phyto grow, and I think we just made the infuser. Hi, kitty. Hi. We are potentially going to get joined by the kitten. Hello, kitten. Oh, appetite. Are you guys hungry? You must have quite the appetite. Oh dear, I'm going to see myself out. Alright, can we now make the Phyto grow? I bet we can. Coal dust? Oh, we actually might have tons of charcoal dust. So make a little bit of that. Beautiful. What's the next step? We need to infuse it with ammonia. 100. Okay. I think we have ammonia, so I might set up a little spot for that real quick. There we go. I think that's all set up. All we have to do is make sure our system has some Phyto grow, and then the Phyto grow will find its way over to here where it needs to auto output to the bottom, and we need to make sure the drawer recognizes that. So this is going to make some rich Phyto grow, and apparently we didn't make the infuser, which we'll make now. So infuser, unless I did. Infuse? No. Energetic infuser. Why do we never have everything that I think that we should have? Huh? Like, is it that hard? Oh, we can just take some lead and toss it into this gear compactor, and we'll just have a gear like that. Isn't that nice? There we go. On-call gears. Now it is a little bit manual. Ugh. But it'll do the trick. And then let's see, I will set this up at some juncture, but we're going to take our rich stuff, and considering this is definitely going to be an automated process, I'm just going to toss it down here for right now. Toss it right there. Energetic infuser is now getting stuff, and we should just be able to put in our rich, fantastic, lovely, fun stuff, and it's going to turn it in to infused stuff, I think. There we go. Fluxed Phyto Grow. Right? Right. Now, why would I want this stuff? That's a good question. Rich or Flux Infused Phyto Grow is important for all sorts of things, but most critically, it's growing certain plants. So at some point, we'll probably need a lot of chorus fruits and flowers and whatnot. And considering it's just ammonia, I think ammonia is quite easy to get. So, and then energy, right? So this is just fermented biomass. It also comes from all sorts of fun things like hydrogen and nitrogen. We have those things in abundance. Hey, yeah, there we go. It's, what would that be? Nitrogen hydroxide, something like that. But yeah, that is going to allow us to get all sorts of beautiful, beautiful plant-based items. And all it needs is a little bit of power. How cool is that? I love it. Now, the rich stuff, I don't know why we're not seeing more of that. Let's take a quick peek. Oh, it completely turned off because I didn't set this right. Remember, always set your machine controller to some nice number. Otherwise, you'll have problems. Now, at the beginning of our episode, we talked about these really cool Distillation Towers. They're doing some lovely work. In fact, this guy is in operation right now. How fantastic. This one operates a lot. Whoa! Oh, it's completely turned off. Oh, what does that mean? So, this guy produces quite a lot of different fluids. And if we take a quick peek at that, it means that we have a ton of ethanol. I'm just going to add a 0 to that because, I mean, why not just have this thing running even more often? Methyl acetate, sure, we need more of that. And what are you, my friend? Acetone? Heck yeah, I want heaps of acetone. So what are we looking at? That's 10,000 buckets. I want 100,000 buckets. I don't want this thing to turn off legitimately, but I also want all of my GregTech machines to have somewhat legitimate off switches. So that is going to function very nicely. What are you? Acetic acid? Sure. Just get me more. So that should be 100,000 buckets. Love it so much. That is fantastic. And yes, I do have multiple inputs for all of these guys. So we should be rocking and rolling. Where are you going? You're going right there? Awesome. Oh, I love it. Let's take a look at our fluid situation for that. Wood vinegar is sitting very pretty way up there, and all sorts of things like methanol, creosote oil. Our fluid situation is looking great. Our ME drives, not so much, but you know, can't have enough fluid. Speaking of fluid, I think we're going to smash out another quest, the Cryogenic Distillation Tower. This thing is really big. It's a 6x6 by a lot. It's very tall, and that is one of the big reasons that we built this massive room over here. Is I was kind of thinking of putting some cryogenic thingamabobbers there. Cryo? Let's look up cryo. So if these guys are 6x6s, they will take up a rather large amount of space, and we might be able to imagine that. So if we don't put it, if we put it slightly offset, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it would come out to here, and we could easily put 2 of them next to each other, because I think that we want to have 2 of them, one for liquid air and one for noble gases, and then I can set up an auto shut off just like what we have in the other area. So I think that's the plan. Let's get to crafting. Cryogenic distillation. Can I just make one? Oh, I can. Yes. Nice. We are going to need at least some HV output hatches. I might go a little bit bigger, but what is the output on an HV fluid guy? 64? Actually, that is pretty good. So what is it? Like, we're going to need 10 of these? Okay, that is going to be no problem. In fact, I'm going to keep making more of these. HV is like a really sweet spot for me at the moment, so we're going to keep producing as long as it allows us to. So there we go. We have 10 of those, and then we need some input. It really wants HV input? That's crazy. Input, da da da, da 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 da. I think we only need 2 of those, and then a ton of solid steel machine casings. Solid steel. What are we looking at for you guys? We need to get a steel frame recipe going. So let us get one rocking and rolling. Make sure that this is ore dictionary off. I kind of want to have the proper wrench in here. So wrench, please. Make like 10 of them. Always good to have more wrenches in the system. There we go. Place that right there. And the hammer. How are we out of hammers? We're not out of hammers. Why are you telling me we're out of hammers? Leave me alone. Okay, there we go. Awesome. And the steel frame is in a very similar fashion. The wrench thing is really frustrating, but whatever. I would much prefer that sees what's not in my inventory and sees what we can make in the system. And I think it's as simple as toss it into our system. And look at that. Isn't that cool? We have nether stars already sorted. Now, solid steel thingamabobbers, we're going to need a bit of that. So just summon 200. I think we needed 84, along with a bunch of heat-proof, no, frost? Frost. There we go. We need like a bunch more of this as well. Okay, I paused the recording because I thought this would take a while. That took no time at all to make everything that we need for the solid steel, and I believe that should be the quest complete. Cryogenic air distillation. Now, over in our fluids area, we already kind of set up a spot for nitrogen. What I'm going to be able to do is basically just turn this thing off, or set a bigger number for nitrogen over yonder, and this little fella is going to be working overtime, so we might want to summon a little bit more air. What's going on with you? Do you not... Oh, you can't turn off. That's right. You're one of those really annoying machines that I can't put a cover on. Oh well, that's okay. Now, let's get to building. Oh, we are making progress very rapidly. We have 5 output hatches, 2 input hatches for energy, and I'm really hoping that we're going to be able to just snake some of this stuff into the bottom. So it has the fluid input hatch right next to it, but I'm really hoping any tier hatch can be used, but does it need to be used there? Very important feature when you're building one of these things is to take a look at the layers, because right here, I would have thought that this second layer was just more frostproof, but instead, it's this little circle, and you are my test subject right here. You're my big boy. There's a little circle right here, and now we can just lay down a whole bunch of these little guys, like so, and just using the easy builder to make it work. I could do a number of things to do this more efficiently, but that will do for now. Ooh, I think we're actually pretty close to completion. So how many layers up was this? This was from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Are you not going to work for me? Oh, that's because we're online. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then a cap. Nope, not right there. Let's find out if this built properly. If it did, these guys would change color, so clearly we have something wrong with the structure. There we go. That is the proper structure. Now I want to test where can I put this little fella that might be more convenient for me. Somewhere like right there. Does that work? Oh, it does. Okay. So can you be pretty much anywhere? because my brain says that I want it sort of back here somewhere. We have a CEF down there, but I don't think we can have it on that flat spot, so I might end up putting it right there, and then another one, this one, right here. Will you change color for me? Please? Please? Please change color. Hey, it did change color. Now we can test where the little computer can go. Can I put the computer right here? Are you gonna behave? You won't. So the computer really wants to be in one of those middle spots. Okay, we're learning. We're learning. And yeah, I think everything else, I think that kind of makes sense. Okay, that is complete. Now to complete this guy. Now that's really frustrating. You can't have this even offset a little bit. I'm sure that we could put the computer like on the back of it, but it really wants to be in that spot. Or I imagine this one, whatever cardinal direction you want. But yeah, that sucks. Now, we are going to hide this to make it pretty, and then I have quite a bit of cabling to do. Where'd my wrench go? Did the system steal my wrench again? Stop stealing my wrench. Ay, ay, ay. Taking my blue wrench. I like my blue wrench. Soon I'm going to have a green wrench. Very exciting. I'm hoping to do that maybe in the next episode, even though in no uncertain terms do we need to at all. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. Yep, very nice. Now, some might say that I do things in a kind of peculiar way. What I'm going to be doing here is that each one of these is going to have a dedicated output spot, and on top of that, it's going to be filtered so that we can only allow whatever this guy is outputting into this interface, only allow into this one, and then at the end of this track, I'm also going to have a fluid trash can on a low priority with no filter on it, so that all of these guys, if we have overflow, they're going to go into the trash can. If 4 of them are overflowing and we don't have all of these, then this config can get full of the fluids that are overflowing, and then we can't get the one that we really want into our system. I hear a bat. Oh, you little bat. But that's pretty much the idea. We'll then down here have a similar system where we just sort of input the fluid. That's really no big deal. We're just going to have air into one of these, and whatever the other one was, I think it's noble gases, into the other one, cryo. Let's take a quick peek at what we're doing with you. We're effectively going to be getting 9 different 9 fluids, not 10. I thought it was 9. Anyway, liquid air, we get a teensy bit of noble gases, and then with those, we need to do this process again, and we'll get things like argon, neon gas, more helium, xenon, krypton, all sorts of good stuff, and at some point these things will be very important for like neutronium and whatnot. So getting it set up right now is probably a really good idea. I am wondering if you think that you have EV power. You do. Nice. That's just two HV power sources right down here. Yeah. That's fantastic. Alright, so more cabling to go. And this is a very quirky JEI or whatever version we're doing. I can't drag from here. So I really want to be able to use my stuff over here to have them be draggable. I also don't know what version of oxygen we're using, so I guess we'll just do both of them. I imagine they're the same. Doesn't matter. The filter doesn't care, but like, look at this. I really want to now drag noble gases. Can't do it. Doesn't let me. Do I want that? Yeah. Noble gases. That's the one I want. But I need to do it via this system. Search it, and there we go. Now, which one am I missing? One nice thing is that when we're making our dedicated fluid cell storage thingamabobbers, I can click with that. So now this is dedicated to noble gases, and I'm able to put it into the drive. That part is very nice. It is pretty crazy how we're actually full on helium. Where are we getting all the helium? What on earth? Oh, from our end stone production. That makes just a teensy bit. And, yeah, we must just get a heap ton of helium. But that's pretty much almost set. That was our fluids into drives. I think we have all of them that we need, but we'll find out pretty rapidly. And then we're able to set up the input, which once again is quite easy. This one is going to be noble gases, and this one is going to be liquid air. And then all we have to do is connect our system up to the AE, which for some reason, oh, there's our conduits. I was about to say for some reason our conduits are missing, but I guess they're not. There we go, beautiful. And if I understand it correctly, we should have liquid air right there. Why not? Is this just pulling it so ludicrously quick? No. Input hatches not having it. You're not working. What's going on? It says it's online. Maybe we just have to kind of convince it. Device online. It says that up there. Why don't we have liquid air? We need to vacuum freeze it first. Dang it. There we go. Vacuum freezer. Nice. All right. Fluids. The cool thing is I think we just can pump. We don't even need to do anything with the fluid, with the liquid air. It can just go straight into our system right up there. At least I think so. Let us see. Glass cable right there, and we should have air. This guy is fully operational. It is making some liquid air. It gets pumped out immediately. It comes up here, and where is our input? Oh, I just saw it turn on, so now that is operational. And now we should have, where is our fluid input? We have just a little bit of noble gas in here, and this will turn on and run. Now, assuming that we have all of these set up properly, all of them should be empty because they are being routed around properly. But once our system gets full of a particular liquid, it will turn off once I set up the auto shut off. Now the cool thing is I think that we have the ability to put a machine controller on this guy, but for this one we can just put it on this vacuum freezer right here and sort of push in the power input and output stuff via this guy instead, so I don't have to have it on this fella. Okay, now we are going to be doing a similar trick with the redstone stuff, but we don't have to do that for a little while, so I'm just going to let this thing run. And with that, suffice to say that we probably have to end the episode. It has gone over by a little bit more than I meant, but you know, we got a lot done, so that's okay. Alright, I hope you enjoyed. This has been Creeta playing Omnifactory. Take it easy. Bye-bye!